World War II was the deadliest and most destructive conflict in human history. It lasted from 1939 to 1945 and involved more than 30 countries, reshaping borders, societies, and global power forever. What began as regional aggression soon turned into a total global war that claimed over 60 million lives. This is the complete chronological story of World War II, based on historical facts, told from beginning to end. The roots of the war, 1919 to 1938. To understand World War II, we must begin with the aftermath of World War I. In 1919, the Treaty of Versailles placed heavy blame and punishment on Germany. The country lost territory, its military was severely restricted, and it was forced to pay enormous war reparations. This created deep economic hardship and national humiliation. During the 1920s and early 1930s, Germany suffered hyperinflation, mass unemployment, and political instability. In this environment, Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party rose to power. Promising national revival, military strength, and revenge for Versailles, Hitler became Chancellor of Germany in 1933 and soon established a totalitarian dictatorship. Meanwhile, other aggressive powers were also rising. In Italy, Benito Mussolini built a fascist state and sought to restore Roman-era glory. In Japan, military leaders pushed for expansion to secure resources and dominate East Asia. By the mid-1930s, Germany openly violated the Treaty of Versailles. Hitler rebuilt the army, reintroduced conscription, and remilitarized the Rhineland in 1936. Britain and France responded with appeasement, hoping to avoid another war. In 1938, Germany annexed Austria in the Anschluss. Later that year, Hitler demanded the Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia. At the Munich Conference, Britain and France allowed Germany to take the territory. Within months, Hitler seized all of Czechoslovakia, proving appeasement had failed. Year 1939. The war begins. On September 1st, 1939, Germany invaded Poland using a new strategy called Blitzkrieg, or Lightning War. Fast-moving tanks, aircraft, and infantry overwhelmed Polish defenses. 2 days later, Britain and France declared war on Germany. World War II had officially begun. By the end of September, Poland was defeated. The Soviet Union, under Joseph Stalin, invaded eastern Poland as part of a secret agreement with Germany known as the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. For several months, there was little fighting in Western Europe. This period became known as the Phony War. Year 1940. The fall of Western Europe. In April 1940, Germany invaded Denmark and Norway to secure strategic ports and iron supplies. Both countries quickly fell. In May, Germany launched a massive offensive against the Netherlands, Belgium, and France. German forces bypassed French defenses by pushing through the Ardennes forest. Paris fell in June 1940. France surrendered, and the country was divided into Nazi-occupied territory and the collaborationist Vichy regime. Only Britain remained standing against Nazi Germany. From July to October 1940, Germany attempted to defeat Britain through air power in what became known as the Battle of Britain. The Royal Air Force successfully defended the skies, forcing Hitler to abandon plans to invade. This marked Germany's first major failure of the war. Year 1941. The war expands. In June 1941, Hitler broke his pact with Stalin and launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest invasion in history. Millions of German troops poured into the Soviet Union. Initially, German forces advanced rapidly, capturing vast territory. However, harsh weather, long supply lines, and fierce Soviet resistance slowed them down. Meanwhile, in the Pacific, tensions between Japan and the United States were rising. Japan sought control of Southeast Asia, but faced American embargoes. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. The next day, the United States declared war on Japan. Germany and Italy then declared war on the United States. World War II had now become a truly global conflict. Year 1942. Axis advance and turning points. In early 1942, Axis powers reached the height of their expansion. Japan conquered the Philippines, Indonesia, and much of Southeast Asia. In North Africa, German General Erwin Rommel pushed British forces toward Egypt. However, major turning points soon followed. In June 1942, the United States Navy defeated Japan at the Battle of Midway, destroying 4 Japanese aircraft carriers. This shifted the balance of power in the Pacific. Later that year, Allied forces won the Second Battle of El Alamein in Egypt, forcing Axis troops to retreat. In August 1942, one of the war's deadliest battles began, Stalingrad. Year 1943. The tide turns. The Battle of Stalingrad ended in February 1943 with a devastating German defeat. An entire German army was destroyed. This marked a major turning point on the Eastern Front. In July 1943, Germany failed again at the Battle of Kursk, the largest tank battle in history. From that point onward, German forces were mostly on the defensive. In the Mediterranean, Allied troops invaded Italy. Mussolini was removed from power, though fighting in Italy continued. Meanwhile, Allied bombing campaigns intensified against German cities, targeting factories and infrastructure. Year 1944. The road to victory. On June 6, 1944, Allied forces launched D-Day, the largest amphibious invasion in history. Troops landed on the beaches of Normandy, France. Despite heavy resistance, the Allies broke through German defenses and began liberating Western Europe. In August 1944, Paris was freed. On the Eastern Front, the Soviet Red Army pushed westward, retaking Eastern Europe and advancing toward Germany. Germany made a final major counterattack in December 1944 during the Battle of the Bulge, but it failed. Year 1945. The end of the war. By early 1945, Allied forces closed in on Germany from both east and west. In April, Soviet troops surrounded Berlin. Adolf Hitler committed suicide on April 30, 1945. Germany surrendered unconditionally on May 7, 1945. Victory in Europe Day was celebrated on May 8th. However, the war continued in the Pacific. In August 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Faced with total destruction, Japan surrendered on September 2, 1945. World War II was over. Aftermath and legacy. The war left Europe and Asia devastated. Cities lay in ruins. Millions were displaced. The Holocaust, carried out by Nazi Germany, resulted in the systematic murder of 6 million Jews, along with millions of other victims. In response, the United Nations was formed to promote peace and prevent future global conflict. The war also marked the beginning of the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union. World War II reshaped the world, and its lessons continue to shape history today. As we conclude this journey through World War II, we remember the immense human cost, the courage, and the lessons learned. From the rise of totalitarian regimes to the global struggle for freedom, the war reshaped our world forever. References: Keegan, John. The Second World War. Penguin Books, 1989. Overy, Richard. Why the Allies Won. W. Norton and Company, 1995. Gilbert, Martin. The Second World War, A Complete History. Holt, 1989. Hastings, Max. Inferno, The World at War, 1939 to 1945. Vintage, 2011. United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, Holocaust Encyclopedia. Churchill, Winston S. The Second World War. Houghton Mifflin, 1948 to 1953.